Alright, this is Hidden Curse of Strahd. Session, 12, I think. Session 11. Huzzah! Finally in, well, not technically double digits, but, I mean, you know what I mean. Shut the fuck up. Uh, title to be determined. We have a current absence from the lovely Storm. However, her twin sister, therefore the inheritor of this position, shall do the recap.
If you look over, you'll see me being held over a cliff as I am threatened to do this.
Yep. Don't worry.
Um,
I'll add in the shock and loading sounds now. Don't worry about it.
cool. So essentially, last session, we found out that Linebeck had snuck out over the night, gone to a coliseum, with Strahd, made a bet, won the bet, got some information on the present, which we don't still fully understand, about like an orb and it disappearing into like the water. We think we kind of might know, but we don't know for sure. Um, then we all talked for a little bit. We talked to Harm. Harm's gonna get some books for Song. And then we were like, well, where are we gonna go? And Linebeck was like, no, I'm tired. So Linebeck went to bed. And there was like a whole thing with that. And then like we left and we went to go talk to Valinta. We learned that Farian knows a lot of torture methods, which is a little alarming. Also, that it is very well known that our dad wants to wife up Voltor. Um, so we
I was
talked to
gonna say he looks
Valinta.
pretty.
God, we talked to Valinta. There was a lot of stuff with that. And then we essentially got sent over to the next wife, which I cannot think of her name. I don't remember. I never remember her name, but she's the one with the cool library. Um, but yeah, she essentially is the one of the other wives. Like she is a traitor. And Valenta says that she's not the traitor. Not a
Vladmilla.
Oh, Vladmilla. Thank you. Vladmilla, we got sent over there. We went over there. We went into the big old fucking library. In the big old fucking library, uh, we had like a whole conversation with her. She was really impressed with Voltor's Terra. Asked about the elephant form. That was a whole thing. Essentially dissed Song because she's a sorcerer. Um, and then she was like, "You each can have one book." So everyone went down. Song tried very hard to puppy dog eye to get more books. It did not work. Um, she ended up finding a couple different books. I'll have to double check my own like thing in that what all the books were to remember which one she took. But there was one she really wanted in the glass case. There was kind of a rough plan to maybe try and steal it, and then a man got caught for stealing by Daddy Dearest, and shit hit the fucking fan with that. And we ended the session with him asking what punishment his daughters see fit. Am I missing anything?
That sounds about right.
Oh, we
I
also had
wouldn't know.
breakfast, and he wouldn't let us have coffee, which was rude. He let everyone else have coffee, but not us. It's not important, but I'm still salty about it.
Linebeck is currently in his room, snoring. Tell me, do you think Linebeck is a honk shoe kind of guy, or a me?
Definitely a me kind of guy.
No, I think Linebeck is a chainsaw ripper snorer.
I just really like the idea of him just me in the
You,
middle of
you,
the
you
night,
know
and
how
everyone
you know
turns
how
to look
Disney
at him.
reported that for Hercules? It was they snuck into Ull's bedchamber. The original snoozy.
But also, if he's the chainsaw guy, do you think he ever wakes himself up and then blames the party?
Probably.
But yeah, I think that's everything. If anyone else had something really important from last session, this is your time to insert it. The clock is ticking.
No, I think we're good.
Okay.
You guys did go around accusing people of being traitors instead of
Oh yeah.
interrogating them.
Well, that was our plan. You see, if we can get them on the surprise.
I mean, I guess it works for police, so.
Yeah. Also, Theo.
Press X to doubt.
Yes.
I'm fluttering my eyelashes at you. Um, where are
Is
all
there
the
something
books?
you want, daughter?
Oh God, where are all the books, Theo?
Around you. Remember, you were in front of a glass case.
I mean the books that you wrote down titles for us, Theo. They're not
They're
in
in.
bookkeeping, Theo.
They're in Strahd. I wrote it down somewhere. Don't at me here.
They're
Oh God,
definitely in Strahd book.
They're not. What
no,
the flying for the good fuck?
no, they're not. The last question
Oh,
thing
it's in
from
bookkeeping. Regular
It
bookkeeping.
isn't.
Regular bookkeeping.
Oh,
Apologies.
oh. Okay, no, you're good. I'm glad that I'm not stupid. Oh, Voltor took the Mechanics Theories book for his
Yeah.
book, and then I think Farian has suggested herbology, right?
Yes, since that's the one you seem to really want of the non-restricted.
Oh no.
But by the way, how does Linebeck sleep?
we just determined that he's apparently a chainsaw snorer.
I know. Do you have like a light cap on?
His hair is not done up. It is all the way down. Probably a disheveled mess.
How light of a sleeper is Lineback? Just for future reference for me.
Considering his own snoring can wake him up, probably not that deep of a.
Don't be surprised if he wakes up with braids in his hair one day. Thank you.
Probably already has.
Exactly.
Ty-
We're quiet. We
Typically,
can call
most
them wolves.
warriors would be light sleepers.
Mm-hmm.
So, Strahd is going to snap his fingers twice at the lack of your initial ambition, and a Pythia appears from behind him as if part of his shadow, and he leans into her ear. She nods. She goes back into his shadow and then vanishes. And then a
He's
couple
Pythia.
minutes later, you hear walking as Lineback is being led by Pythia.
Oh, I've been saying her name wrong this entire time.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody corrected.
I didn't.
To be honest, I'm not 100% sure on the pronunciation. I
Yeah.
think it's Pythia,
Pythia,
but I'm not sure. It could be Pythia.
I think Pythia sounds
It is
better.
well, it is Greek, so Pythia is probably the correct pronunciation, most likely. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I was going to have Song just. Well, the traditional punishment for a thief is the removal of a finger.
no, the hand.
Uh,
He
You
waves
start
the
with a
hand at you.
finger. You start with a finger and then move to the hand.
No.
Ah,
Twist
you
that.
know what? You're right.
Properly.
He reattaches the arm and starts to pluck each finger.
Song just inside silently sweating.
Remember, the man's inside a silence bubble, so you can't hear him scream. But you can
Yeah,
see
where I
the
come
pain in his like face.
I mean, where I come from, if you were caught stealing from the clans, they would strip you down to your loincloth and throw you out onto the ice with the wolves.
Song definitely just takes just a
I
second to
would
get
use the
Varian.
wolves, but I'm afraid they're currently occupied.
Song is just taking a second to give Varian that look of we are talking about this later.
I mean, they were given a dagger or an axe most of the time.
No, that's a good point. Pythia, yes, you brought him. Please see to reattaching his fingers. I don't have the time for it anymore. And he kind of walks over towards kind of like towards some of the furnishings, and reaches out his hands, and then you see an unseen servant wipe the blood from them. I think he will do nicely in the arena. My dear, would you like to see your sentence carried out? Just you and me. He winks.
Is he talking? Is he talking to Song?
Yes.
So I think she'll just take a second to look towards Voltor and then just back to her father and just, of course.
God.
Just that fake politeness as she steps forward, wraps her arm with her father's, gritting her teeth, and I guess goes along with him.
Baldur says, "Might come as well."
Song like this is not the plan.
I thought she was trying to tell him to get him to come along.
No. That was her look around the library more look.
Oh, sorry.
Strahd would look at Valtteri and be like, "You can go anywhere you want, baby."
No, he actually wanted to take a moment to read over the books further. We were limited
Immediately
to one.
changing.
Yeah, we were
Immediately. Go on.
we were limited to one novel, and he was going to take a chance to look over the Mechanist one that he selected.
I see. Is that why? Hey. He leans in close and at Valtor and looks down at your leg. Don't you have a pet you normally keep?
Yeah, he runs off sometimes. It can't always keep track of him.
Deception.
Okay, let's see. Let me pull. I gotta.
If I can come
pull
up with a convincing
Damn.
enough lie,
No
can...
way. No way you guys thought lying to Strahd would be smart.
So I think Song, just to try and give him a little help, will just... He's not
Hey,
very well trained.
Okay, hang on. Before you say anything, just to confirm, Burnos, you haven't read the RP, right?
No.
Okay, this is proof because in the RP it's revealed he can literally read your mind.
Walter would not be
You
happy with that.
can't succeed.
Yeah, no. But yeah, Song is just... Tara isn't exactly well trained. Just try to
Well,
give him a little help.
If I'm not to use the 8 action, that is an 18. 7 on the first roll.
Strahd dry washes his hands and then does a slight motion. As he's about to discuss the very obvious let's just say event, another man comes in. So he looks pretty well dressed. Um, he looks like he walks like kind of like with like not an arrogant gait, but like very graceful. And he comes in and Strahd like sees him and smiles, and he leans into Strahd's ear, and then he nods. It appears I have another guest at my gate.
Oh, and who exactly would that be?
It would appear to be a visitor from Falloff. He leads some barbarian group. I suppose he needs a favor. I may need to spend some time with him. You're welcome to join if you want, or you can stay and peruse the library. Up to you. You have your will.
Of course.
Pythia, please deliver him to the arena at your earliest convenience. And she nods.
I guess at this point, Linebeck is finally coming to the group. He is definitely like sped together, tried to put himself together after getting out of bed. His hair is definitely not all the way put up, but he does have his mask. So his instead of being like a bun, it's like half bun, half ponytail.
Oh my god.
One of the unseen servants come with a cup of coffee.
He'll take it in his hands and like he'll put his hand underneath his mask to like rub out some of like the eye gunk that you get.
Oh my god.
And he'll just say, "So what was it you were needing of me?"
And then you look to the right and you see the man who just has like there's blood everywhere and he's like screaming still inside of a bubble, but you can't hear him.
Just a very loud huh. Very loud slurp and just a huh. What have you guys gotten yourself into?
Song making that eye contact of don't ask right now. Play along, Linebeck, play along. Just that pleading look.
All right. So what is the group doing?
Out of curiosity, could Song roll like a history check because she did grow up in Barovia? If she remembers any like large groups of barbarians?
Not from Barovia.
Fuck. Okay, so it's either stay here in the library, which is her preference, but we've already gotten what we're going to get from this fucking library.
You can go to the arena with Pythia. That's still an option.
We could
But-
do that.
That is
Yeah.
that is an arranged entertainment later.
Yeah.
We
Later.
could visit the next bride.
The next bride. So
Or
I
you
think,
could see Strahd meet the dignitary.
which I think is what Song definitely is in her mind. That is like the one option that may provide them more use later.
Even though she
So I think-
reluctantly leaves the library.
She would reluctantly leave the library, and she is still reluctantly hooked arm in arm with her father. And I think she just, well, if you're willing to allow me to sit in, I would love to hear about the dignitary. Varian, Linebeck, Voltor, can you continue on with the investigation?
Or-
Can-
Natalia, this is me looking at you as a player, Haley. Do not flip the fucking party.
Party.
The voice of God appears in front of you saying, yelling, no!
No, don't split the party! Don't split the party!
Never split the party.
What? So we have rule. What would Ring Theo look like? How would that be pronounced?
I think
Threo?
no, I think it's Rathio.
Oh my god.
Rathio.
Rio. It'd be Rio.
Rio.
Haley,
Rio appears.
Haley,
Don't
Haley,
fucking do
look
it.
Look at me in the eye. 1 health, Haley.
Sweats.
The last time it was 1 health, Haley.
Sweats. I just need to start eating more spinal fluid. It'll be fine. It'll be great.
And you
Um,
would have been dead without your 10 HP. Your like maximum HP increase.
When you say that we should continue the investigation, Linebeck will just go, well, I'm not too interested in doing this investigation business you guys have gotten yourself into. I'm much more interested in these, what did you call them, barbarians that have showed up.
As you will, he leads one of several clans. I believe he needs assistance in his unification campaign.
His unification campaign. If he's
Yes.
from,
Something about a moon or another. Have no fear.
of course,
I have dealings beyond the lands of Barovia.
of course. Well, if you're still willing, I'm sure it would be a good experience, as the voice of God appears in front of her, for all of us to learn a bit more. After all,
I'm always interested in meeting other clans. Varian kind of. His eyebrows crinkled just a little bit at the word barbarian.
oh my god.
Is
do you
that
think-
offensive?
No, yeah, because barbarians are just people that come from other places, by definition.
God.
I mean, that's what Strahd called them. That's their official title as far as
Yep.
Linebeck's concerned.
Yeah. I think Song will just try to politely disconnect her arm from her father for just a moment. Take a couple steps back towards Farian. Like her hand brushing his so she can cast message and just barbarians are considered normally uneducated people. They are more brass and more likely to fight physically.
Kind of whispers back, I'm aware.
He is one.
Listen, I don't think the party has ever sat down and been like, this is my education.
He is literally a Viking warrior. He was trained to be a warrior most of his life. And he only ended up as actually joining a military and ended up being a human ambulance.
I love that for him so much. But with that, and I think like a look as if she would much rather be holding on to Farian, that she knows they gotta get some brownie points here. She'll just step back forward, rewrap her arm with her father's, and just, well, lead the way then.
Before before everyone splits up, like the people go into the arena and everyone else go into the barbarian, Lineback will step to the side before Pythia leads, give a bow, and just be like, I appreciate you bringing me out here, taking the time to do so. Just giving thanks and then going back to the group.
Yeah, I think we've all decided we're going to the barbarians and then continuing the investigation after.
Yeah.
Very well. It coincides with your duties anyway. And Astraya shall meet us in the dining room. It is where we typically host guests. And I believe she'll be more than willing to speak with you afterwards.
Of course. Thank you for
Now,
your kindness.
come with us. If you so please. And he leads you kind of down some spiral staircases towards towards what appears to be an entrance that you came in at. And as you're coming through the spiral staircases, you kind of hear like an echo far above of a certain psychotic bride.
Mm. You know, I'm quite
Which
surprised
bride
she
is
kept it. It's definitely Bone Mask Lady. It's definitely Torture Lady. But I think Song just I will admit I'm a bit surprised you kept her around this long.
She is useful.
I'm sure in her own ways, though I would consider her unstable personally.
Well, you know the cardinal rule? I broke that
Hmm.
centuries ago.
Can I roll to see if Song would know what the cardinal rule is? Because I don't know what the fuck the cardinal rule is.
Um,
Don't split the party.
no. This is the cardinal rule of life.
What's the cardinal rule of
Don't call a
life?
woman crazy to her face.
No, don't stick your dick in crazy.
He just said that to his daughter!
Yep, basically.
Hey, you're old enough.
Yeah,
But she's not
you're
old enough
like,
for coffee.
according to you,
I'm
she's
sorry.
totally in her 20s.
She's in her 20s. But I think me and Queen officially decided they're around 20, like late, well, early to middle 20s. I think they're like 20.
And so he wasn't like that crass about it. He did call it by its informal name.
Right. But still, that's as much. Here's the thing, Theo. If your dad comes to you and is like, "Yeah, I stuck my dick in something," no matter how they say that, that is something you don't
Okay,
want to know.
that's not how that happened. You asked.
I think Song's just gonna keep a straight face, just to be polite, and she's just gonna keep on walking.
Keep on trucking.
Just keep on going, arm in arm, down the
Just
stairs.
truck on keeping.
I'm trucking on and keeping on as much as I can.
And so you guys get at the kind of at the entrance where where a group of 3 men are led in. Appears to be a chieftain and his 2 guards.
Do they have any like defining marks on like their clothing or anything?
Mm-hmm. None you recognize. You also all wear a same ring.
Hey Theo, just as a player, is that ring silver? Is that
Your character would see a silver ring, yes.
Why the fuck do I feel like that's the insta-kill rings? Also, because Song and Storm definitely at least peruse the stupid manners book. I do think Song is just going to do the best she can to give like a proper like little entrance. Move to her seat, wait for it to get pulled out. The whole 9 yards. looks towards Lineback and Fairy. It's like
Lineback 100% did not expect to have to be in air mode instead of adventure mode.
Strahd greets him and says, "Welcome to my castle. We shall meet temporarily." Man interrupts and says, "Where's the food?" Strahd kind of smiles slightly and holds up one finger. This way. And they lead you into what appears to be a very nice dinner 2.0.
Oh my god.
It is,
2.0.
however, more populated with large amounts of things like roasted pig and stuff like that. That would be like a favorite of barbarian tribes. Farron is probably like mouth-watering right now.
Hmm?
Basically, the food is the table is stocked with essentially the amounts of the food of your people.
I love that for him.
Is Farron gonna say
Oh,
anything or?
sorry, I was eating a cookie.
Appropriate.
Cookie time.
Squirrel moment.
The food of my
Yep.
people.
Yeah. He would actually Farian has quite a bit of manners. Although they are considered barbaric to most people, he would actually wait until the host sat down before starting to eat. He's not like the uncouth and rude barbarian stereotype. He
Yeah,
does
anyone ever
actually
see
have
the
manners.
Flintstones? That's how they're
Yes.
eating.
Yeah. Oh my god, I love that for them. Just out of curiosity, how are we all sitting around this table? Who's where? Because I know the girls are probably together.
Everyone has
Do we
their
all...
spot. Don't do this to me.
Who's across the table, Theo? Who's where?
It's how it is.
I mean, Farian would
His guests
probably
are at
take
his
up
right
with.
side. You're at his left.
Wait, what?
His visitors are at Strahd's right side. You're at his left.
Okay. Cool. So we're across from the people essentially like going like real ham on the food.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
During his during their revelation, essentially amounts to their ruminations of their food, they spill a bit of brew on the carpet, and Strahd like twitches a little bit, and then he holds
Can
up two fingers.
Song go ahead and just quietly cast Prestidigitation to clean it?
Strahd nods to you. Unnecessary, my dear. Now to the business at hand. What is it you need from me again? And the man says, in between like grips of meat, he spits out weapons. Conquer my enemies. I shall unite the clans and control the highlands. And they begin like back and forth negotiations. You're just gonna keep me talking to myself, huh, guys?
Yep.
Well,
Yep.
here's the thing: is we don't have any information, Theo. We're quietly waiting for more information on exactly what he is bargaining away. What's up with this group?
Yeah,
I
there's
mean,
not necessarily anything to interpose at the moment.
yeah.
Okay. So basically, the barbarian is asking for magical weapons and other equipment to take over his enemies and unite the clans. And you get the sense that whatever they're talking about, it's no place inside of Barovia.
Okay, so I think when there's like a lull in the conversation during the negotiation, Song was just, I hate to interpose, but my education when it comes to places outside of Barovia and outside of what my sister and I have happened to visit over the years, I am unfamiliar with the clans you speak of.
The barbarian's gonna look up at Strahd and say, "Ha! Your wench is really mouthy." And Strahd's going to
She's
Varian starts
Damn.
growling.
Song fucking straight up tenses and just, I am not a
He
wench.
starts saying the words, "How much is she anyway?" And then blood goes everywhere.
I'm gonna assume Farian's on her other side. Song's just gonna reach over and that like grab his arm of, hold me back.
You don't have to, as Varian has stood up from his chair before the blood started flowing.
He stabbed his hand through the man's throat, and his head went flying. And Strahd holds up 3 fingers. Strike 3. He looks to the next man and says, "I believe you earned yourself a promotion."
Sheesh.
I mean, at least listen. 1, love Farian, ready to throw down. 2, god damn, 3. Because he had his spine literally ripped. Theo,
Mm-hmm.
how much fucking spinal fluid is currently
It's
open
oozing
to
from
the
his
air?
body.
Okay, Theo, what would that be?
A
For
lot.
save? No.
Go for it.
For a wisdom save, right? It's wisdom we use.
I mean, how in
13.
control do you believe she is right now?
She hasn't really used any of her resources.
Yeah, so 10.
Okay, cool. She passes. She definitely fucking tenses. Fingers curling in her lap. Teeth biting into the inside of her fucking cheek.
Don't
But she
worry,
does
Stormlight will take your arm in hers.
Yeah. Sisters are latched currently. Farian's ready to throw down if anything else is said. This is going great for us.
Strahd draws a very perfectly white handkerchief and bats a little bit of blood. Tries and offers to bat a little bit of blood on the suit of Altor.
Sorry, what does he do to the Voltar?
He offers you a perfectly white handkerchief to get rid of a spot of blood.
He takes it and dabs at it. Get it off.
No, if you don't mind my asking, what clans are you from? As Varian sits back down, still quite agitated.
Well, he used to be the leader of the Crescent Moon.
The Crescent Moon?
Yes.
I don't know that clan. I'm from the lands of the Wolf clan.
Never heard of you.
The Frozen North? The Brandishing Vikings?
There's no frozen north where we live.
Well, this is a strange place indeed.
Aye.
If you're trying to unite the clans, may I ask about the others?
You have no need of them. They are... He looks at Strahd. Merely our enemies, my lady.
Of course.
He like
But-
side eyes. Strahd currently cleaning the gore from his hands.
Mm-hmm. I think Song is definitely that is one point. That's the only point that man will ever get, but it's at least the fact that they are now respecting her enough to answer. As displeased as she is about him in general, but I think she just right. But my sister and I are future heirs of Barovia. As such, it is best that I know who we ally with and what they face.
Well. I suppose there is little harm in telling you. We seek to take over the hills. That's what we call them. They don't grow much, but they're ours. Certain clans have warred with us before. We seek to defeat them. We have some, such as the Ironmark, the Dashing Wolf, the Sea Raiders, of course. And even the mercenaries from the Iron Fist, well, we handle them as needed.
Song's eyes go straight to Lineback.
What? You want to repeat that for me?
Mercenaries. Yep, mercenaries from the Iron Fist, or some of the people they're killing. Song's eyes went straight to Linebeck.
Are you okay? Your eyes
Unfortunately,
seem
he
to
has.
split.
What is split?
He notices like one eye of yours slightly moves like left a bit more than the other.
That's a neat trick.
Yeah, no, her eyes moves, both of them just moved straight over to Linebeck for a second before returning to him and just, right. Um, as for
Linebeck will simply say, "And where did you find those mercenaries to cut them down?"
All we know is the City of Lords keeps sending them.
the City of Lords.
Yes. Those who live on high live on high. Those doomed to live in the muck. He like stabs his fork into some meat. Live in muck, and he eats some.
They're from the second continent.
They are from our reference. Our character,
Mm.
other than Linebeck, our characters, I don't think know. Because I think the girls are from Barovia. We've never really established where they went after. Voltor, I don't know where he was before. We know Farian was from a North like clan, so he's from like a whole different world.
Technically, he's from a parallel Earth.
Yeah. So the only one with reference for that would be Linebeck, I think. Obviously, Bernal's correct me if I'm wrong on that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that's correct.
Okay. So I think
I mean,
They're really hard to kill, by the way. I don't know if you ever knew that.
I mean, from what I've heard of them, that tracks.
I mean, you come up at it with an axe, and well, you can lose your head. He glances down at the the body still lingering there. No pun intended.
Song would do nothing but I as a player. Fucking wheezing. Okay, but I think Song definitely just gives Linebeck that look of just as if she can read his expression below
he'll.
his mask.
It's more of a damn, how weak have we gotten to be beaten by these creatures? But he has a mask on, so you don't know what his face is.
Nope.
Strahd knows what he's thinking.
Yeah.
And Strahd will ask, "How do you manage to beat them?" Well, it wasn't easy. Last one, we dropped a building on. A building? Yeah. Well, actually, it took 3 buildings.
Should have 4.
Huh. Wow, only 3 buildings. Huh.
Well, he sliced through the first 2.
Makes sense.
Based on what we know of the one Iron Fist we do know, does make sense.
Pollen. He will then continue asking, I guess, and what exactly have you done to earn the ire of the City of Lord?
Well, nothing. He drinks.
I doubt that one on high would see those in the muck as a worthy target unless you had done something.
They see us as living out of their system. That's enough for the likes of them.
Can I roll an insight check?
Yes.
Oh, 23.
He's definitely telling a half truth.
So I think Song just gives like this little smile because this is one of those things where in her eyes, we do see need more information. She just, like my father, I can see a half truth from a mile away. You're leaving something out, you know.
Yeah, leave a lot out. He drinks. Look. They have so much. We have so little. So what does it matter if we help ourselves every now and then?
As a little threat and also as a distraction for herself, almost like that comfort thing, I think Song, she isn't going to cast it yet, but fire begins to dance at the tips of her fingers as she holds them up in that silent threat. Do you now?
Yeah, thanks. He holds out a cigar. You mind?
Song tenses.
No? Okay. Well,
Raiding is a form of life for some people, but to do it so poorly as to anger the people you're raiding, to where they send more against you than one or two soldiers, you must be horrible at it.
look, it's all that. It wasn't our fault. We just took help from a place we definitely shouldn't have.
Then where did you take help from?
He holds up a hand. He has 8 fingers.
Song's raising a brow. Looking towards
I asked if it
Tharian.
cost me a finger. He said no.
Don't know.
I will admit I'm unfamiliar with your customs. Could you say it a bit more clearly?
I'm supposed to have 5 fingers.
Right, I understand that. I'm not an idiot. What
You
I
don't
am
speak
asking,
its name.
can you describe it?
He starts to he drinks and then drinks and then drinks. And he does this for a solid 20 seconds. He burps.
Song is definitely notating that she does not like barbarians.
They are
Listen, Tharian's the only one.
insufferable, hard to kill, borderline insane, I would think.
Right.
You made a deal with the devil?
I wish. They have a contract.
Did you make a deal with a god?
I don't think it's a god. Not one I've ever heard of, anyway.
Out of character. What do you want to bet it's Fizzlebang?
I'm thinking Fizzlebang or Bora.
Why would it be Bora?
I don't know. Bora's just on the second continent. Bora's scary.
You know, next time might be even good to have a contract. Problem is, I don't think it'd matter.
Then why do you think it wouldn't matter?
You ever met a man who would turn a contract into a piece of cheese after signing it?
That's
The camera pans up to
unusual.
the camera pans up to the golden thread connected to Song. You see it in a woman screaming, "Fucking Fizzlebang!"
He somehow senses your the golden thread aches and is like, yeah, exactly. Drinks.
What? What's going on?
I made a joke about the camera panning up. You see the golden thread. It's the one connected to Song, and it's just fucking Fizzlebang!
They
Why
made
are
a
we
deal
worried
with
about
Fizzlebang.
Fizzlebang?
They made a deal with Fizzlebang.
Fizzlebang. That's why they have 8 fingers.
No, I only have 8 fingers on one hand.
Oh.
I was like,
that's the issue.
you're not going to take my fingers, are you? He's like, no, I'll make it better. I'm like, sure. And he gave me fingers.
I mean, we could even it out for you.
He blinks. You notice 3 of the fingers are female fingers.
I didn't know fingers could have gender.
Yeah.
No, they like
Thinner,
they're
longer.
like much thinner and like they even have like pointy nails. And they have like all kinds of like they're literally painted. And he's like, no matter how
Looks
much
at
I
my-
scrub them, it always comes back.
Looks at my nails. But I think Song just shakes her head and just, is there anything more useful you can tell us? Or or are you going to continue rambling on about a deal that you made with seemingly an entity that has no moral ties and cannot even keep his own word? Or, well, its own word.
Well,
Seems like you should have got a devil in the deal.
We know a great devil. He's in the closet. You just go to his house. He owns
hold on.
it's in a bar and
Hold on.
everything. Does no one else remember the scene of fairies? Okay, cool. It was really quiet after that.
I'm just a little tired, is all.
He is not in the closet, thank you.
Well, no, he's in that one closet at the house where the door got open, and he was like, you shouldn't be able to be in here.
Yes, he
But we
was
did
in
get
the
a
little girl's
consultant.
closet.
Yeah, he was in the little girl's closet.
Turns out he told us it was a bad idea. After the fact.
That was not in character. I just want to say that we know a great devil. I don't think we know he's a devil.
Nobody knows here. Nobody here knows he's a devil.
Nope. He's just a random man at a bar that's in a closet that most of the party didn't see.
And probably would think you had a hallucination.
Yeah. But I think Song kind of lets out a little sigh and just, and what exactly are you offering Barovia for its aid? That bit of the conversation was never finished, was it?
Such considerations have already been proffered towards. He nods at Strahd, your lord,
Of course.
and initially accepted.
I think with that, Song kind of like bows her head just a little bit before her gaze kind of drifts towards Strahd and just. I have to admit it's mostly to sate my own curiosity, but what benefit do you gather from dealing with outsiders?
There are things that are hard to come by in my land. And influence elsewhere is one of those things.
Understandable enough. With that, she'll kind of like sit back just a little bit, hands folded in her lap. And then I think she's just gonna give like that little look towards the party of like, if anyone else has any other questions, now is the time.
Also, my lord, I would also like to negotiate separately for something particular. He's going to gesture for him to come close, and Strahd reluctantly leans in to whisper. Everyone, roll me a perception check.
Oh, can I roll for Queen?
No.
God damn it. She has the good perception out of the twins. Yep, Song heard nothing.
Well, I got 10.
9.
Oh, Lineback
7.
hears all.
Yeah, Lineback, you hear him say, need a way to kill something permanently. Oh yeah, that's alive, not a vampire. You don't hear Strahd's reply, but he says, oh, that could work. Yeah. They keep coming back nearby, but I think we could handle it. It'll be delivered. Okay, good.
Varian this
What?
whole time has just pretty much been thinking, I don't trust these guys.
Can you type that out real quick?
Yeah.
Listen, it's fine. After we leave here, the entire party can scream into the void together. Song is still just mad about the wench comment.
The man's dead. He
She's
literally
still
lost
mad.
his head.
She's still mad. The others would have been saying shit if it wasn't for the dead body on the floor. They're still leaking spinal fluid.
You want you wanted to eat him out of spite.
Do it. Do it.
Do it.
I rolled too well.
Eat.
Doesn't mean you can't make the conscious choice to do it, not the feral choice.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is I don't think Song would make the conscious choice, considering her twin is literally holding on to her. No matter how much she's definitely, her eyes keep going back to that body.
Yeah, you can share out of character that with a party if you wish.
Okay. I will contemplate.
Okay.
My contemplation is finished. I'm pretty sure he's talking about eating.
Yeah.
Why would they want to kill Edix, though?
No.
Is it Fizzlebang?
He would just say Fizzlebang.
You know, how if I had $1 every time you asked the question, is it Fizzlebang?
9 times out of 10, we're right.
But like, it's weird because you've said those exact words like 50 times during this entire campaign, pretty much.
Yeah. Start keeping count. 9 times out of 10, it's right. But yeah, if no one else has anything else to ask, I mean, I assume the dinner continues.
Do they have like a tribe emblem on them or something?
They're a tribe of a crescent moon.
Crescent moon? That sounds really familiar.
Would have been better if you just chose harvest. That's my personal favorite kind of moon.
I'm trying to think if we've seen that clan before, because there are the clans in the second continent that we know about. He didn't call her fat. He didn't call her fat. He called her a wench and asked to buy her.
I mean, come on, that was like half the sentence. He just got cut. He got it cut off. Basically the thought in his mind is what prompted the murdering.
I'm pretty sure the asking to buy his daughter might have prompted the murdering thing. I think that, and here's the thing. At least, I guess he thinks she's pretty enough to buy, but that's still horrific. At least somebody thinks she's pretty.
Hold on, wait. So, let me get this straight. So, you hate the person who, like, offered to buy you, but you're happy somehow because at least someone thinks you're pretty?
No,
Is that what I just understood?
I'm making a joke, Theo.
Okay.
Are you?
I had to double check.
I am making a joke. But yeah, so I guess I don't think there's anything else we can garner from this. I mean, there's I guess the diplomatic knowledge that Strahd is dealing outside of Barovia, which we kind of already knew. We know about this clan. We know that the Iron Fists are currently fighting him, or at least are being hired to fight him. We know that he made a deal with Fizzlebang, so we know Fizzlebang's still alive during this part of the timeline. And he wants to kill something like an insect that keeps coming back. But I don't, unless anyone else can think of anything, I genuinely don't think
I can't think of anything. There's too many points. Other than as a party, we kind of need to talk to Linebeck and figure out about his clan. And
yeah,
because I was under the impression that the clan was pretty much defunct.
Yeah, I was as well.
Mm-hmm.
No, Iron Fists are still around. What made you think they were gone?
Not gone, but defunct, like out of the business.
No, they're still around.
Oh, okay.
What?
Just maybe it's just your personal thing then.
Yeah.
And it's a clan game. It may not necessarily be like close family.
Fair.
Yeah.
Fair.
But yeah, is there anything else interesting said as Strahd is conversing with them, Theo? Anything else of note?
That's generally it. He's gonna like eat and they'll dicker a little bit and then he'll go to bed. Now everyone roll me a perception, by the way.
A 4.
Okay, I am rolling horrible. I'm going to physical
Again.
dice.
13.
Shit.
No! Still higher than songs, but god damn it, Linebacker's supposed to see all.
What did you guys roll?
4.
13.
6.
Shit.
So Valtor, you see there's a slight cut over near the man's eye, obviously from like a piece of bone that kind of just like flew at him.
Bone Daddy.
I see a slight fleck of bone. Is what you said?
So basically like the man who like you've been talking to, when his former superior got killed, obviously some kind of like bone from his body or something hit him, because now he has like a bit of a slight thin injury around his eye.
Shrapnel wound.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically a piece of sharp bone hit him at speed.
Okay. Um. Not sure how if what Voltor would ever. I don't know if it's worth relaying this to the party necessarily because it's just a
Yeah, it's just a very small detail. It's for you as a player.
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah. But yeah, if the dinner ends, I assume like they go, like you said, they go to bed. We separate. What time of day is it now?
It's getting kind of like towards the evening. Anastraya is going to enter, and she's going to see the body, and like just she's not going to say anything, but you kind of feel that she is a little irritated that her dining room is now needs to be cleaned.
How many times would I have to cast prestidigitation to clean up blood? Dennis, brownie points.
I think it's been dried by. It might be a little bit harder.
Uh,
Eh,
the barbarians leave, and as she enters, you clearly notice that she is also a Vistani. Oh, sorry,
Does she
not
have?
Vistani. She's a hold on. Had a note fucking here. I think I mixed them up.
It's fine. The other one's now Vistani. This one is not Vistani.
Correct.
The crazy
Sorry.
one is Vistani.
No,
No, the not. No. Library one
Ludmilla
is
is.
Vistani.
Oh yeah,
Anastraya.
Ludmilla
Yeah.
was Vistani.
Anastraya the second, technically.
Mm. The replacement for our mother. Wait, if she's the second, was our mother Anastraya?
Yes.
So he just fucking named. She literally did the thing you do with goldfish.
Basically.
Possibly.
Okay, now I'm mad.
Or it could just be a common name from where she come from.
Number 2, though. Number 2.
Well, he could just call her the second. I mean, we don't know.
Grumpy noises. Oh god, the creepy voice in the background of that. That's so quiet. I just have a man's voice whispering in my ear.
So she comes in and tisks and orders the unseen servants to clean up, while Strahd starts to retire. Anastraya tries to talk to him, and he patently ignores her.
Damn.
Father,
Yes, my dear, I'm about to retire.
of course, I would not hold you too long. In the morning, would we be able to perhaps take a bit of your time?
Of course. He's going to reach out and try to cup your cheek.
Song tenses.
Please forgive my former guest for his behavior. I expect better of them.
Of course, there is no worry. I am already over it.
You're not, but
Though,
I forgive you.
the tip of her fucking tongue. I don't believe that there is anything to be forgiven for, considering that, well, I restrained myself during the encounter.
Thoughts of murder. Well, that's fine, my dear. It's to be expected.
Confirmation our daddy dearest couldn't read our minds. Official confirmation.
Lineback's been in the nose day one.
Yep.
He looks at Storm and says, "The name is ever so appropriate, my dear." And he leaves for his chambers.
What exactly does he mean by that?
She probably called him a bastard in her mind or something. Knowing her.
Just imagine the queen was here when the fucking scissors got roasted.
Oh, Queen would have jumped over the table. That's why I was like, Storm's holding her. They grabbed onto each other. There was blood.
My growl actually got caught on audio.
I love that for you. Hell yeah. But so I think Song takes a second, slowly inhales, slowly exhales, makes a mental note to look into better stealing her mind, and then turns on her heel,
So
faces Anas.
yeah. So Anastraya, after she cleans all of that, she's going to be preparing you guys a whole new course of meals.
Oh, there's no need.
Oh no. My pleasure. You are now her beloved captive audience.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Anastraya, do you mind if I ask you a few questions?
Oh, not at all. I love questions.
Where are you from, particularly?
Oh, I grew up. Let's see. Valakai. I was quite a good noblewoman, I would think. I hosted all the best parties.
It must have been more entertaining than around here.
Oh, no worries. I had plenty of guests. Oh, of course you can't see them. Sorry, your eyes are so limited. But all of the spirits here I make sure eat quite well. And they just love to listen to hear me talk.
I see. I was wondering, do you perhaps have a way that I could get a message to my family?
I suppose.
Are we,
They are
right now?
outside of Barovia.
What not Theo. What'll?
Yeah,
What'll?
I couldn't hear you, bud.
You were so quiet.
Yeah, we didn't hear that.
I think his internet went kaput.
Yep.
Oh,
Anyway,
probably.
continue, Talon.
But yeah, I basically, Farian's asking her if she can send a message outside of Barovia.
Hmm. I suppose. If it's to one of the connecting lands.
I don't know because not quite sure how I got here, but considering I'm probably considered dead now, I would like to let my family know that I'm alive and well and having interesting adventures in what my people would probably consider as Helheim itself.
Oh, I think this place, if I could be so bold, I think you'll find this place has many pleasures to offer.
Yes, but my people are quite superstitious. They understand Yggdrasil and the World Tree and the Nine Realms, but if I told them about this place, the closest they could get would probably be Helheim.
Hmm, I see. Our dog's from there, I think.
Hmm.
Your dog.
Oh, he's around here somewhere. You had to get rid of the skeletons, you know. We used to have those
Right.
butlers, but mm, all the teeth marks.
Flashbacks to the doghouse in the corner of the room in canon. Um, I do want to say, like as they are sitting there, song like as the food is like being laid out, when it's polite to song, we'll go ahead and feed her little mimic. Um, but I think she just. We do have other pressing matters we would like to discuss with you.
Oh, like what? I do love talking. Want to hear the
Of
story about my
course.
most delicious party? There was a cake, almost a story high.
Oh, that must have been quite a feat. But, well, as much as I would love to hear about it, we are limited on time.
Hmm, I see. Oh, and by the way, I love your tailor.
Right, they're incredibly talented.
They are. Now tell me, do you like pearls?
Uh, I do not hold any distaste for them,
Oh, good,
though
good, good. See, I heard they came from clams, but I've never had a clam that had a pearl in it. Have you?
I have not, but it's incredibly rare to find one. I wonder if Song would have. Song's a little book girl. I feel like she would know this. I know this. Um, but I think she just. I read once a long time ago that a bit of sand gets caught in them, and then over time, it forms a pearl. But that's not important at the time. Uh, how many years now have you been at my father's side?
Oh, a very long time. Now you see, the greens and they make such an excellent wine, and she'll continue like this, quite so much as to be very difficult to question. It's like every time you ask a question, she comes up with like three or four more questions.
Anastasia,
Hmm? Oh,
you seem a
yes.
bit
Sorry.
distracted this evening.
Well, elephants are great, don't you think?
That's not what I said.
Hmm. Oh, that's what I heard.
She is holding her sister's hand underneath that table, fake smile on her face, grip tightening. And I think she just, if you were willing to answer our questions, I could show you a bit of a trick you might find entertaining.
Oh, perhaps. I guess have been getting bored of the gestures, and, well, let's just say I asked Valenta one time for some entertainment, and it was less than proper for my guests.
Of
She truly
course.
has some grim tastes.
Of course. Mine is more based in magic than anything.
Ooh, magic. I love the taste of magic. It's like sparkles.
Was that a threat above table?
I
No, she's
think
being
she's
genuine. She's eating
insane.
pudding while saying this.
I feel like I still feel like that's a threat. Tell the sorcerer you enjoy the taste of magic.
I think she's just crazy.
I also think she might be crazy. So I think like this just continues on, and then Song is just gonna try something, and this is dumb. And I think she looks over towards Farian because he's closest to
Mm.
her, I imagine, and just that look of if anything happens, please block what's about to happen.
He gives a nod.
And I think she straightens up that like fake sweet smile on her face, the tips of her fangs showing, and she just. So you're a replacement for our mother, a second best.
I don't know if it'd be second best.
Well, when you replace something, it's never quite as good.
Well, I'm not so much a replacement. As all my sis. Oh, I shouldn't have said that. Please.
Oh, oh no, all
Now
your
about
sisters.
now about that sparkling pudding.
Oh, no, no, no. I apologize, but as a guest, I must press you more. Truly, it'd be
She
rude of
she
you.
she stops and says, "I'm afraid I can't say anything." She leans in close. It's a secret.
Right, but you know the best secrets are shared.
No, 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 no. I would never tell a secret.
Oh, really?
Oh, absolutely. Like one time, the butler, and
Mhm.
she talks about the man that you remember meeting. Would you believe that she kind of leads it around it? He's always watching.
Oh, is he now? Really, you
It's even
know?
recorded in his book. He gathered the ears. Oh, I say too much.
Of course. But, you know, gossip is better shared between two than one. Can you imagine all the things we could talk about tonight if you were willing to just give us just a little bit of an answer?
I suppose. I haven't been Strahd's shadow in a while. Continue.
As I was saying, you were a replacement for our mother.
Not a replacement.
How many years have you been at Strahd's side? Well, our father's side, I apologize.
Oh, me and Anastasia. For a very long time.
And Estrella isn't our mother.
No, yeah, she is. Or was, I should say.
Oh, add that was comment. Oh, and Song just fucking full body tenses, just eyes, little burning
Oh, I'm
knives.
sorry, dear. I'm sorry. She reaches out a hand to try to, like, to comfort your hand.
Song will politely pull her hand away, pretending to instead adjust like her like dress, like her skirt and all that, and just no, it's quite all right. It's been some years, even though inside her fucking little heart is breaking at the thought of that
Hmm.
night.
You loved your mother
Um,
very much, I see.
that I did. Storm and her and I were all we had for quite some years.
Hmm.
Though my sister and I have always preferred each other's company over anyone else.
So, where did you live?
Oh, that's a story for another night. We aren't talking about me.
Oh, but I do love learning about my guests.
Right, but it would be rude of me to continue on for too long.
Hmm.
By any
I
means.
suppose.
By any means, with gossip being such a popular topic tonight. Do you
Young
know anything
man,
else
that
about.
is the most interesting weapon I've seen in a long time. Where did you get it? She looks at Valtor.
Interesting weapon.
Yep.
I assume. Oh, yeah, your lance.
Oh yes, he says. She
Spear.
says, you you can see it. It was I was blessed with it from the heavens.
Ah, I smelled it the moment I came in.
Well, it does seem to be a mighty weapon.
Hmm. It has quite a delicious aroma. A little bit like your what is that? She looks at your creation.
That his name's Terra. He's a automaton of sorts.
Hmm, he gives off a interesting spice.
I imagine that's sparking metal.
Oh no, that's magic.
Oh, you can smell the magic itself.
I do admit, he appears tasty, but I didn't want to offend you by eating him.
Oh, yes, please don't eat him.
Hmm.
And Estrella.
Yes, niece. Oh, sorry, my dear Sog.
Oh, there we go.
Oh, yep. You're our aunt then. You're related to our mother.
Enough about me.
Oh, no, no, no. This night is all about you, for you see. You are guest of honor. Though sadly we are unequipped to host, or we would have prepared this for you, instead of you doing the work.
Oh, don't mind me. I do enjoy hosting parties.
Right.
But I'll tell you this. If you're looking for anything dirty to find in our castle, you have no further look but Ludmilla.
Oh, see, I was just about to ask if you had any gossip on her or the other one.
You know how unclean she is, of course.
Oh, absolutely.
She leans in. I knew I'd like you.
Song will just still being that fake polite, place a hand on her head and just, I think we'll be the best of friends by the end of this. Now, there's a rumor I heard. If you're willing to entertain me, and perhaps you'll have a bit more information. I've heard
Perhaps.
since I arrived here that there's a traitor among the workers of Strahd.
Hmm. I would think
Perhaps of
it's
one that.
Ludmilla.
And can I ask why, based on your experiences with her?
Of course, she's a Vistani. They're so keen to spying work.
Song getting flashbacks to the Vistani that literally saved her and her sister.
But, I suppose. Now, may I ask, did you appreciate my little present I sent you?
I'm sorry, I don't believe I received any present from you.
Well, your mother left it to you.
The mirror.
Yep. The Mia?
Yes. And I see
How
you've
did you.
been very helpful.
That it has, but how exactly did you send that to us? Well, to me more specifically.
Well, I suppose you're a bit like me. I don't. Well, I have a bit of a habit, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And I promised your mother not to eat the mirror.
You eat metals and glass.
No, she's a magic eater.
Oh, fuck. Song would have realized that. I, as a player, didn't.
Yeah,
And
that is in character.
sometimes, well, let's just say I came with the ability long ago. And sometimes things change when I eat something, and I get the ability to mimic it for a short period of time.
Do you now?
Yes, it's.
When you eat it, do you remove the magic? Or do you, for example, if I were to cast a spell and you were to consume it, would I lose access to that spell or
Well, magic doesn't work on me.
oh no, out of curiosity.
And neither does telepathy or anything else in the matter. It drives Strahd insane, but that's what he likes is my unpredictability. As long as I don't say it out loud, he doesn't know.
Of course. Is
Hmm.
that a trick that you think could be passed through our family line?
Perhaps. I don't have magic of my own, per se, merely that which I've borrowed.
Of course. How did you learn to shield your mind? Was that something you borrowed or were you born with it?
Oh, it's how I've always been. Spells just don't work on me,
Do you mind if I try?
I suppose.
Oh god, okay. I as a player need to think about this. Because I think throwing a firebolt at her to see if it sizzles is a bad idea.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah. So I think Song kind of like scoots her little chair back just a little bit to create more space between them, holds out her hand, and kind of like, actually, no, she'll scoot in, kind of hold out her palm, and just, if you would give me your hand.
She holds out her hand.
So she'll kind of take her hand, put it palm up in her own, take her other hand, and start tracing like a spiral while she casts prestidigitation to try and make a color, a small mark, or a symbol appear on an object or a surface.
Nothing happens.
All right. So just out of curiosity, next she's going to try and create an instantaneous, harmless sensory effect, and she's going to just try and create a shower of sparks around her, repeatedly, just going to see how far away it takes for the sparks to appear.
Um, a solid 5 or 6 feet.
That's actually quite an interesting ability.
Mm.
I
Was
know.
that
She breathes in deep. Ah, such a refreshing fragrance. I never noticed spells unless I smelled them.
Of course. Was our mother the same?
I don't think so. At least she never told me.
Right. Is there anything about about her time here, or anything of that nature that you'd be willing to share?
What did I could, child? I could say this is, well, I suppose there is something that I could do. I don't have the ability to do it again, but,
What
give me a
exactly is
second.
it that...
Diedra et loquia tormentum tium. And she says this and her eyes kind of glow blue, and you hear something inside of your mind.
What does she hear in her mind?
Give me a second.
I'm scared. Queen's not here. Somebody hold my hands.
You'll be fine.
I'm scared. Oh, I'm grabbing your hands. This music is not fitting for a scary moment, but I am vibing with it.
Yeah. What's going on? Like earlier, there was one where it was like, "Are we supposed to be in combat or like what's going on?"
Oh, what the fuck is this? Hold on.
It's rock.
I mean, the London Bridge one wasn't that bad, but this one's, yeah.
I'm
That
vibing
is
with it
not
though.
like. Hold on. I thought. Okay, I typed in like fucking orchestra and shit. I don't know how the fuck that happened.
Did you not question it when I said there's a scary man's voice whispering in my ear?
I mean, I had it muted.
You had me muted when I
No, no,
literally
no,
said
no, no,
there's...
no, no. I had the bot muted.
This is
Alright,
how
here
I
we go.
know you don't listen to me, Theo. Oh, that's much better mood setting. Oh, that was one note. Okay, she's quiet.
As you can see, your mother was special. Unlike that. Kerr.
Of course, thank you for showing me that trick.
Indeed. And she breathes in. Thanks for the snack.
You're welcome. If you ever wish to see my magic again, I would be more than happy to give you a shout. As I said.
Of course.
As I said. And I think with that, she kind of like her hand tightens on Anastraya's. Fingers in her locking. My dear aunt, I believe you and I are going to be the best of friends.
Aw. Very much love that.
Above table. This is not being shared in table. Song just got some very important stuff. Anastraya is our friend.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
Cringe.
If we are going to trust any of these, and this is above table, and I'm going to have to figure out how Song will be able to even share this because she has... Essentially, she let that come straight into her mind and then let it go so Strahd couldn't hear it.
Okay.
But I'm gonna have to figure out how she can even say this in table, but she's our friend. We can trust her.
What about Pythia, though?
I don't know about Pythia, but
Damn.
Anastraya is ours.
Lineback
He's
being
on the
the
level.
Pythia thick though.
Like I said,
That
you
that
take
was that was information I didn't need, but now it's canon.
Yeah, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Well, here's the thing. Lineback
she
X
got
Pythia.
the dwarven baby hips.
Oh my god.
God.
Here, Lord.
But if you were to say believe any of the wives to be a traitor, it would be Ludmilla.
Of
Do you
course.
have any?
Ludmilla.
Do you have any evidence of that? We do need
Oh,
something.
only my prejudices.
Of course.
But as you can imagine, such things are well founded.
Of course. But
After all, if
Oh,
one were
I-
to speak with a mother, one might know more.
oh, that's quite an interesting saying. But it's always so hard for one to contact a mother.
That's true. But would we ask 5? Now, she leans into look at Farion. Now tell me, what is that gorgeous shade of rust?
It's natural, actually. I'm not sure where this came from, considering I was born to human parents, but eh, it's natural and it grows kind of equivalent of a human beard or hairs in other places, except for he actually flicks the hair on his head. It's metal that has to be cut off, either heated or knocked off with a chisel and hammer.
She kind of smiles and says, "I bet you're chiseled." Ah, alas, I am feeling very tired. I think I will
Oh, of course. Actually,
retire.
Anastasia.
Eating a
After,
full meal is always so
of, of,
exhilarating.
of course. Is there any chance, perhaps, that I could walk with you?
If you desire, I suppose. Our quarters are relatively near each other. Um, Let me finish up this last bit. And she pulls out like a piece of paper. It looks like a scroll, and she says a few Latin words, and you get glimpses and pieces of it. But fortunately, from the spell that is around the castle, is you're actually able to understand what she's saying.
Mm-hmm.
Life from a pearl, life to a pearl. And she breathes in the magic from the scroll.
That was a hint. The pearl thing was a fucking hint.
Mm-hmm.
About what though?
What song needs to do?
Yes.
Um, Out of curiosity, Anastasia, your earlier pearl comment, actually, I was thinking on it. Is there any chance, perhaps, that you'd be able to get me a piece of jewelry with them?
Hmm,
Mm,
I
Sadly, it's
suppose. Although, and I always say this, a pearl makes a woman.
of course. It's quite a popular type of jewelry. I
She's
mean,
good. She's also going to look at Valtor and says, "I think you'd look good with pearls too."
Uh,
I was just thinking that it would suit his complexion perfectly.
pearls? He just looks very questioning at it. He doesn't seem to
Yeah,
be
Song is
grasping
just
it.
Song's
No,
just
she just
giving
thinks you
him.
look pretty in a pearl.
Uh,
Song was taking it as like a serious. This is also about him.
Meanwhile, she just turned on. She just looked like full ditzy number woman. It's like you could look so pretty.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Um, but Song is going to go ahead, like, wait for her chair to be, like, pulled back, stand up, kind of brush her dress just a little bit, and then hold her arm out for Anastraya.
Of course. Come, come. And mind your steps, the shadows have ears.
Oh, of course. But
Who would like to roll
yeah.
an insight?
Yeah, I would.
Let's go.
No! It's a
This is
5! You know what? Oh, should I just use the thing where I get advantage on an ability thing? Should I use my Tides of Chaos? Because we're close to going to bed anyway.
We just woke up.
most of
No,
my
it's all.
freaking dice are going into dice jail.
No, it's Theo told us it's evening almost. It's about time to turn in.
Yeah, Linebeck just woke up.
Yeah. His sleep schedule's fucked now. You know what, Theo? I will go ahead and I will roll tides. I will use my Tides of Chaos to re-roll this.
Yeah, because no one met the DC.
I made a 14.
Yeah, 14 as well.
You get the hint that she's probably talking something about a shadow regarding Strahd.
Mm. Would I be able to roll like an Arcana or anything to see if I like remember anything
You mean the
about
person
magic?
literally coming out of a shadow behind Strahd named Pythia?
Pythea's the one listening in. She's his ears. Am I
I mean,
right?
it
Am I
makes
right?
sense.
Tappy tap.
You can listen to
Meanwhile,
Linebeck as
Natalia
much as
mentally
you
making
want.
a note to listen to the session with that in mind.
Yeah.
Because that's gonna be like the fourth or fifth hint I've dropped.
Listen, we're stupid, Theo.
Glad nobody heard what I said, apparently.
No,
You
we didn't. It
you
went.
did get
No.
like what happens is like whenever your internet goes out a little bit, your volume drops,
Yeah.
and
It was
so
like a
it's like
whisper.
yeah,
You
it's
know,
hard to hear you sometimes.
yeah, you know how when I'll do that quiet whisper thing sometimes when I get excited or when I'm tired, but you still hear me and you can still understand what I'm saying? You were quieter than that.
Yeah, it was like we heard one word and then it was almost inaudible.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're like, whoa, what happened? What happened? And 30, 40 seconds of silence from you. And we're like, yeah, his internet must have went
Oh,
out.
well,
Yeah. What'd
Yeah.
you
that's a
say?
shame.
We'll flash back. We'll flash back. What'd you say?
No, it doesn't matter.
Okay. Um, but yeah, as they're walking, Song's arm linked in hers. I don't even know if she'd be able to pick up on this, but I think she begins to trace on the other woman's arm, hoping she'll be able to figure out that she is essentially writing on her skin. My mother would be proud of you.
Hold on, mid emotion.
What?
One second, I got you.
Oh! Oh no!
Mhm.
She speaks twin cat.
Oh, man.
Sucks that Storm isn't here, I guess.
It's fine. So what the party sees is if they're really watching close, Anastasia takes Song's fingers into her own and like twines their fingers together to form like a curved circle together to form a heart just with like I assume like one of their fingers.
One
And
with
you
yours,
see
one with hers.
Yep, and you see Song's gaze soften instantly. And knowing that she speaks a version of twin can't, as they're walking, I think what she does is she takes the other woman's fingers, and I think "Can you understand me" is like 3 taps with the thumb, and then taking the other's thumb, kind of intertwining it with yours to form a question mark.
Um, so she responds essentially and not to it.
So I think with that, without missing a beat, Song just begins to talk with her about the latest fashion trends, what she's missed with them, just little chatter that to Strahd would likely be boring. Um,
Meanwhile,
talking.
Strahd currently writing notes to make you the perfect dress to make you love him.
um, and
And
I
then you
think,
suddenly you get a dress from things you're not really that interested in, but you realize was everything you said.
yeah. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way she could ask her where without it being obvious. Because right now she's trying to keep her mind blank. I think like all she's trying to do is like think about the dresses, imagine the dresses, picturing what they're talking about. But if she's getting told not here, that means Strahd might be able to understand Twin can't, and she knows that now.
I mean, he uses tongues, so it makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It follows essentially the rules of like thieves can't, and that like it costs a language, but
Mm-hmm.
it's not technically a language. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like a series of gestures and nonsense and everything else. But so it doesn't necessarily work well under tongues, but combined with that
Mm-hmm.
and his ability to read minds, supposedly, it wouldn't be that difficult to figure out what's going on.
Yeah. So I think Song just is going to have to place the trust in that Anastasia will come to her when it is safe to talk. Um,
As you guys are walking down, um, a gentleman, the same gentleman who just came by like earlier, he was like he's walking very graceful. Will see you and then nod to the ladies, and then will bow to Lineback, and then I'll ask, care for a spar?
Huh?
Would you care for a spar?
Who is this asking?
He's asking you,
Lineback.
Lineback.
No, no. Who is asking?
The man from earlier.
Which one?
He's the one who alerted Strahd to there being guests.
Oh,
Random servant number 177.
yeah, probably. He'll just kind of take a look at everyone and cock his head and be like, I suppose we have the time. So
Good,
pardon
good.
me, it just seems a little out of left field.
Oh, sorry. I apologize. You must not recognize me. I am the fencing master.
Ah,
Uh-huh.
I must say I am a very well. I was a fan of your grandfather. He was a good person.
I see.
Him and I sparred on many occasions, though I will say, despite my skill, I never quite managed to best him consistently.
Well, not many people are.
Yes, he would always win 3 times out of 5. Quite irritating. But I have since practiced since him and I last sparred, and I believe that, well, our styles might be similar. You will notice at his hip is a curved sword.
All right. I suppose uh, he'll, I guess, crack his neck and say, "Well, a change of pace is always good. I have something I myself want to test out, so a friendly spar would help immensely."
Very good, very good. I assure you, you would find it quite educational.
Eh, what is everyone else doing in the meantime, though?
Song is definitely walking with Anastraya. Still just keeping the conversation going, keeping her mind blank. And she is letting Anastraya lead the way with this one.
Yeah. I think Varian would just ask if there's like a smoking room or anything, because he's been 2 days now in the castle and trying to be very polite around Storm and Song.
We love that for him.
He is actually being very polite for his normal self, by the way.
I
Oh,
just
hell
imagine
yeah.
Voltor to be reading the book he was given earlier.
Very
Yeah.
good. Would you like to place a wager, or would you like us to spar for fun? You seem like quite the wealthy young dwarf.
Uh, he'll say, "Well, at the moment, wealth is not on my mind. If that is something you're interested in wagering, then I suppose that'll be fine."
Very good, very good. Would you care to do it in an arena, or would you prefer to meet in, well, the spot your grandfather and I used to favor?
Uh, who wants to go visit the arena?
Sure, I mean, Varian would enjoy watching the battle.
Yeah, Song is going to stick with Anastraya as long as Anastraya will let her.
Um, so he's offering one or two locations. One, the arena. Certainly, probably most likely, Strahd will be attending and he'll watch, or as in personally, or he's offering like a secluded. There is a parapet on the south side. It is straight up open to the air, and you can only climb it. Like it takes a bit of acrobatics to get up there. But essentially, it's like the tallest parapet, the tallest tower, essentially, on the top of it, of the castle.
Oh, but that sounds cool.
That does sound cool.
And it's like a wide, it's kind of like a ring with some decayed,
I
you
would go
know.
for the parapet because most of the
Yeah.
party can get there.
Yeah.
Okay, but it's also the highest parapet, and this is one of Strahd's minions. So him chucking me off the side is possible.
Yeah.
The rest
but
of the party would be there though.
Yeah, but here's the thing: your magic user does not have Featherfall yet.
I have spider climbing boots.
Well, Strahd did guarantee your safety, so as far as you know, that probably wouldn't happen, but you don't really know this guy's motives.
Okay, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Was that specified if we're only in the castle? Because technically, that's out of the castle.
It's still in the environs.
Just be glad you weren't as foolish as another party I ran this for even Talon joined. Um, they decided to go in for go out of the castle for a smoke break. And he came back and killed them
Oh.
because he said until you leave.
Oh my god.
Mhm.
So
I'm personally thinking the arena. I think the arena would, because then there's a big audience.
Sure.
Mhm. Theo looking at us like, don't split the party. While I'm looking at.
well, I mean,
Well,
you know, you're gonna have like a ellipses for your scene, so I don't care.
what?
It's not really a split the party. It's an offshoot.
Okay, cool.
As in, you're gonna go do your own thing, and I'm not gonna ban Estrada.
It's like a downtime thing.
Cool.
Yes.
It sounds like you're getting the next RP in Strahd.
Yes.
Oh fuck. I have to finish that in a week. This is fine. I'm off tomorrow. That's fine. This is fine. This is fine. Continue.
Yeah, if they're gonna fight, I'm putting 20 gold down on Lineback to win.
All right.
I don't know about that. Find out.
All right. So, um, do you choose the arena instead of the cinematic scene? Understood.
Yeah.
That's fine. Roll me initiative.
All right.
Just Lineback, I assume.
Yep. I mean, if you he will say if you want, you can have your friend help you out.
No, this is this is practice.
So he pulls out and flourishes a his sword.
Oh yeah.
All right. So I got a 6 for my initiative.
He got a 20.
Okay.
Fortunately, it's that nat 20 was on an initiative, so like there are a lot worse places that could have been.
Yep.
So he takes his blade and puts it up into the air. As everyone appears inside the arena. And he tilts it, and it seems like there's a beautiful rainbow sheen on his blade.
Okay.
Okay, so allow me to pull this up. Let me use this for my purposes. You can say, "Good show, mate." So why is he Southern Australian? He's going to
Has been Australian this entire time now.
no. So does a 16 hit?
A 16 does hit.
Okay, so he does a flourish of attacks, and you parry two of them quite expertly, but one of them turns out to be a feint, and he sideswipes you. Doing 6 damage.
Theobot has died. Sick.
Theobot said
Gotcha.
no more.
Oh, he's actually offline? The fuck?
Yeah, it said no
Theobot
more.
died.
I have to get it to restart. But it's not dead. It's just it stopped playing. That's different.
He said goodbye.
Yeah, it dropped out of chat.
Yeah.
Alright, I think this might work. Here we go. We gotta have music for this bitch. All right. So he hits you on your side, doing 6 damage.
Okay.
Here we go.
All right. After that, Linebeck will probably take a step back, and almost in just a hand to the chin moment, he takes a look at his massive armory and is like, "Which one am I gonna use?"
By the way, this is happening, I like to imagine he's doing the "Are you not entertained?"
But eventually, Linebeck will decide. You know, I did say I wanted to try something out. I have no clue how well this will work, but. And he will take the Iron Fist family katana and he will begin to recreate what happened, what little information he learned in his grandfather's suite using his family katana instead.
What did I have you roll for that? I don't remember.
To learn?
Mm-hmm.
It was a pretty big roll. Let me see if I can find.
Yeah, I don't remember where it was.
Because I can just go back. Well, it's not very far back.
Oh, I probably told you in PM. Fuck. That could be fucking just from over a month ago.
It wasn't that far back, so that's why I'm going back. Here.
Bless you.
Thank you.
By the way, can everyone roll me perception while he's doing this? Except, I suppose, except Natalia, since
Yeah, I'm not there.
Yeah.
17.
I'm
5.
currently braiding hair. It's great.
So inside the crowd, there's like, you know, there's a few people. Most of them are undead, but there's like a small motley crew of people. One's like smoking
Here
a
it is.
cigarette.
It was a 19.
It's like they're on a field
19 plus whatever bonus you would have made me do.
trip. Okay.
Because it was just a straight D20 roll for it.
Okay. I suppose roll me a wisdom save.
Wisdom save. This is just another straight D20.
Oh
6.
shit. What did you
That's
get?
a 6.
Huh. Okay. You know the question I'm about to ask is low good or bad?
I'm gonna go with my usual low is good.
Alright, roll to what?
Woo! That's as good as it can get, baby.
You activate your new stance.
Woo! What's it do?
It's the fire stance.
Oh, is it just fire?
You cause you weren't that good at fire, were you? You didn't have it mastered.
Yeah, it wasn't mastered. It was what I assumed was gonna end up being the lightning one.
Oh, that's a good point. You enter both stances.
Enter what stances?
You enter both
Double
stances.
stance?
And
Okay.
something feels strange. You feel powerful.
Okay. In that case, let us go ahead and let me see. Can yeah, that's just a regular sword. For some reason, it's just not showing up on my available weapons. That's weird that it's not showing up on my available weapons, even though I have it equipped. Maybe if I take off. Why is it not showing up? That's weird. D&D Beyond is being weird. I can't roll with the family sword, even though I have it and it's able to be equipped. equipped, unequipped damage. Okay, well, I'll just roll with regular air ones because it's pretty much the exact same. All right. An 11 to hit with the first attack.
He bats it away effortlessly. What happens is that like you do like a strike and it's like a bit too quick than you're used to, and so it kind of just like meets his blade, and he backs up slightly.
There'll just be just a tisk and, well, that's not how I expected it to go.
Happens to the best of us, friend.
And that's my turn. That's all I can. I'm only level 3. I only get one attack.
Roll me a dexterity save.
Okay, these I'm slightly better at. Dirty 20.
So, you feel weird. It's like you have like a quicker sense of reactions as you blink and he disappears and he's behind you, and like you just casually like twist up your blade to the top as you block his strike from behind. Oh, very good.
Okay.
He missed you step.
Teleports behind you.
Teleports behind.
Wait.
Nothing personal, kid.
Wait.
What are we
Are-
waiting?
is-
You're not here.
I'm not here, but is a Misty Step only a paladin thing?
No, it's a spell.
Yeah, it's just a spell.
Oh, I guess other people can use it. Okay, I was like, wait, is he a paladin?
He could be an Eldritch Knight. They get
Mhm.
spells.
Mm-hmm.
Anywho, is it my turn again?
So he as you block his strike, he kind of like backs up slightly and flourishes his blade and makes two quick like pokes, but you kind of just like twirl them away and you're kind of getting used to it.
Nice.
Your turn.
All right. Bonus action is going to be a Fighting Spirit to give myself advantage on attack rolls until the end of the current turn, as well as giving myself 5 temporary hit points. And then first attack of the round, because that's what I can do, and he'll just simply say, all right, let's try this again. First step. And that is a 17 to hit.
You make contact with his armor, and there's like a.
Oh, wait.
Go ahead.
I rolled one time, my bad. Let me roll again. That one was a natural 20. I rolled a single time because I forgot I just gave myself advantage.
All right, roll damage.
Go!
That's 26. Okay, here we go. Damn, that is an 11 crit. It was not very impressive.
Remember, you roll full damage and you roll again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Well, I rolled an 11 for that, so it's 2d10 plus 4 for my dice, and then my roll
so what
again
you do
was an 11.
So when you crit, remember, you take as if you rolled maximum damage on once, and then you roll.
Okay. Okay.
So that'd be
So
what,
it's
24
10 plus
plus
4, and then another 4. So 18.
That's better. So you kind of like you do this like similar twirling motion that he did, and so he holds up his blade to stop you by going it to the left, and you kind of flick it to the right, bat him away, and then you give him a quick stab in the shoulder. Very good.
Nice. That's my turn.
Very good, very good, very good. And so he takes his sword in his hand, twists it slightly, and kind of whispers. And then his armor starts to glow. And then he vanishes into mist. Let's see if he can
Definitely
block
an Eldritch
this.
Knight.
What's your passive stealth? Well, I guess it'd be active.
passive.
Roll a stealth.
My
Or sorry,
okay.
perception.
Okay, my passive perception is a 10.
Gotcha. Yeah, roll perception.
Okay. 2.
Oh.
I'm using digital dice, so this is why.
Oof.
I got a natural 20 with digital dice. I haven't gotten a 20 in a while.
Don't feel bad. He's used a spell to be able to hide. So he vanishes into the mist. You kind of hear an echo around. We'll see if he can block this one. Your turn.
I suppose since I cannot find him and I do not see him, I will instead take the dodge action.
What is that? Did give him disadvantage?
Any attack rolls made against me have disadvantage.
Well, he has advantage from stealth.
And I
guess
may-
it makes it a normal roll. So.
Yeah, and I have advantage on dexterity saving throws.
All right, roll me a dex save.
Woo! 21. I imagine this is
You
just,
don't see him, but you feel him. And so his sword comes at you from the right side, and you bat it away. Roll me a strength check.
Just strength check.
Yep.
I have a +4 to this, and I rolled an 8.
Once again, your reaction seems to be like quicker than normal, and so you kind of parry his blow and bat it away, and you could feel him back up. You almost took the blade out of his hands. Very good. Your turn.
Let's go. Am I able to see him?
Yep.
All right. A big hit this time. Another 17 to hit.
He barely manages to parry it.
All right. Can't hit with a 7. Gotcha. I gotta roll higher than an 11 is what I'm being told. I don't have any other actions to do except one attack. I mean, I guess I can... No, I'll save the action surge for later. That's one. I still don't know what the lightning stance does, though. So I don't know what it should be doing to make the most of it.
Trust me, it's helping.
I believe in you.
Roll me another dexterity save.
That was a natural 1. 4.
You have advantage.
Oh, yeah. Okay. 15.
The man in front of you melts away in the mist as the person from the side, you caught a dart in your hand without even thinking about it.
Maybe it's your defense that's helping you with lightning stance.
Okay. My turn again?
Yep.
Alright, I am... guess I'll continue going along with this. So, +6 to hit. That's a 16. 22 total.
All right. You give him about 2 or 3 good strikes, and you manage to nick him on the leg. Roll damage.
An 11. 11 damage.
You give him a good gash of the leg.
Alright. That's all I can do. I will do a big round next round.
So what he does is he grabs his cloak and takes it off, and you can kind of feel the weight hit the floor. And he starts to do a stretch.
Not the Rock Lee weights.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Does Lineback have any weights he can drop?
If that's his turn, then Linebeck will do the same thing. However, it won't be weights. Seeing that this is kind of getting into a more serious fight, Linebeck will just kind of nod and he will reply with, "If we are going to be more serious, then allow me a change of weapon."
He bows.
He will sheathe his family sword and he will take out both of his air katanas and he will stance change into an empowered air using the rest of his.
Are you sure?
I mean, that's.
I'll tell you what. Roll
that's
me an
what
insight.
he knows.
Roll me an insight.
This is, to me, this is a moment of he's wanting to get serious.
I know.
The lightning stance is something that he is only just learning, and he is so much more adept with the air stance. He got a 4.
Okay. Roll me insight though?
Yeah, 4.
Oh, okay. Yep, that's about what he knows. As you switch into the air stance, you feel the charge you built up dissipate.
Okay.
You get the sense that whenever someone makes a strike against you that's melee, you get the ability to make a dex save to block it.
Ooh.
And as you make successful dex saves, you get the ability to quote unquote charge up some form of attack.
Oh, that's cool. But this is more.
And you made like 4 successful dex saves.
But this is more cool. The lightning stance is cool too, though.
So you put away the sword and you bring out your air katanas and you flip them over as a peal of thunder rocks the arena.
Okay. This is cool.
He whispers something under his breath. It sounds like Latin. And he launches forward to make a flurry of attacks.
Did he just cast haste on himself? How rude. Although, to be fair, the air stance is basically haste.
He is moving with graceful, let's just say,
graceful grace.
Yeah. It's like he's running on air. And so, what's your AC?
AC is 14.
Oh shit. Okay. Let me roll damage.
Yeah, I only had leather armor.
Okay. Well, fortunately, the damage is low. If that makes you feel better.
I mean, I do have temporary HP I need to get rid of.
Yeah. He did a total of 17 damage.
Okay, 7. So
As he hit you with a flurry of attacks using the blunt of his blade.
okay.
You manage just to block his last attack with both swords, and you kind of push him backwards, and he backflips slightly. I thought we were getting serious. You do better than that, surely.
This is when a big boy turn happens. So I guess Linebeck will just run up to pace with him since he has an extra 20 feet of movement with air. With the air stance, this is definitely one, especially since it's empowered. There's like currents of air just wisping up around him. And I will bonus action Fighting Spirit for advantage on weapon attacks and another 5 temporary HP. And then I will go ahead and let me go ahead and I roll the air stance up. It's gonna be a lot. All right, so first attack with advantage. Is there a way that I could just turn on advantage and not have to keep rolling? Yes, there is. I don't think that worked. Okay. Okay, well, first attack definitely does not hit because I rolled below a 10 each time. But I do make a second attack. Yeah. There we go. now I can see it. Okay, apparently I'm just not hitting at all. I have not rolled anything above a 5. So I will go ahead and action surge to make my entire turn again. Holy shit. The highest that time was a 12.
Jeez.
Second attack from the air stance. Okay, there we go. 19 plus 6, 25 to hit. Jeez.
All right, so here's what happens. You kind of rush forward, and you do like a long swing of attacks. Like you take both swords and strike from the left, and he just like starts to parry them very easily. And then you decide to switch it up a bit. You do some strikes from the left and right in different angles, until quickly you do like a quick stab towards his face, and he slightly moves his head, and you nick his cheek. Roll damage.
All right, damage. This is just one hit. Oh my! How did I don't know why I keep rolling with D&D Beyond. I rolled a 1, so that's 5 damage.
Nick his cheek indeed.
That was it. I did every attack that I could, including action surge and my fighting spirit to get advantage on everything. So that's my turn.
So he disappears into the distance. And he's about like 25 feet away. And so he's going to bow as he puts his sword away. And he draws 3 daggers. I take it you're more nimble than you look. And he throws them.
Mm-hmm. Unfortunately, the air stance only gives me an extra 20 feet of movement, so...
Alright. He rolled a 16, 18, and a 1.
2 hit. The 1 is the only one that doesn't.
So, he throws a dagger at you, and you kind of dodge and look to the right and be like, did he throw a fucking dagger at me? And 2 land in your left arm. That is 5 points of damage.
Wow. Good thing I have 5 temporary HP exactly.
You kind of flex your muscle and they fall out a little bit. A little bit of a superficial wound.
Alright. Anything else?
That's it.
Alright, I will go ahead and do, for my bonus action while running up to him, Second Wind. So I imagine this as just being the air stance, the air currents burst out into, like, deep emerald color as he launches himself at the guy to catch back up. Since he can make the distance with his 45 feet of movement. So, 1d10 plus 3.
I like to think you
healing.
do the kind of like ridiculous Rock Lee thing where you lean down, you just like suddenly boom.
That works too. Alright, many attacks coming up. I don't have advantage this time though, so... First attack is a 1. Second attack is a 3. That's my turn.
You were really fast, and you take 2 slashes at him. He just like leans to the left and leans to the right. Roll a dex save.
15.
All right. As you're off balance, he swings his fist and punches you. He does 3 damage, and you get knocked back. You're quite persistent.
It is my middle name.
Wait.
Linebeck Persistent Iron Fist.
It does have a certain ring to it. As he looks distracted.
Am I good to attack now?
Yeah, he's doing like the T-Rex meme thing where he's kind of like looking at me like,
Yeah. I hate to interrupt, but I gotta dip out for the night.
Oh, good.
Later.
Alright. I am using my last charge of Fighting Spirit to give another 5 temporary HP and more attacks. Finally, a high roll, 22 to hit.
All right, that'll definitely hit. Roll damage.
Alright, so this first one is 5 damage.
So how are you attacking this guy?
I imagine it's just not while kind of like as he says persistence is my middle name, he'll just go in and it's more so for the ankles that he's going for with this attack.
He does have ladylike ankles.
God.
So, he says, that does kind of make sense. And you kind of just you just kick him in the leg, he knocks prone. Oh, my fucking foot.
And then so he's knocked prone?
Yes.
Okay. I think at that point, since he was knocked prone, Linebeck will just go in and like stab both of his katanas like in the ground around his neck and just go, and that's game. Since that's basically I can cut your head off in this moment, but I'm not going to because it's just supposed to be a spar.
Well, I never thought your stature would be an advantage in some way, but good game. And he appears, and he Missy sets back upwards.
Oh, he was gonna take the katanas up and like reach out a hand, and then he just disappears.
He'll take the hand up.
Nice. I didn't bet anything, so. But Farian does get 20 gold worth of bet because he did say he was betting on me.
Oh, hell yeah.
Alright, hold on, I got you.
I have a feeling, like, throughout the fight, as it was going on, at some point, Gizinsha was, like, starting to, like, heat up and burn because it really wanted me to use it.
Mm-hmm.
Because we have learned that it is a sentient weapon, it's just not sentient for Lineback.
Oh.
The crowd is cheering. And the fencing master is going to say, "Very well done, very well done."
Linebeck will give a bow and he'll say, I thank you for giving me the opportunity to test out that first stat that I just learned. Apparently, it was something my grandfather was practicing in his room while he stayed.
Yes. Trying to overwhelm your reaction, so it's very difficult. I experienced a similar phenomenon with him. Of course, I thought darts might be the solution, but apparently not the case. And everyone looks up to the booth as Strahd holds out a hand that just appears into the light, a fist, with a thumb out. And he gives the thumbs up.
Nice. I assume that's a good thing. Our Viking is gone. He can't tell me how gladiator arenas work.
Traditionally, thumbs up means you that the opponent, like the person who's down, can live. A thumb across the neck means finish them.
And a thumbs
I
down
don't
means
think-
they just straight up get murdered on the spot.
There's no
Like a
such.
dragon
There's
die.
in traditional Roman arenas there
Yeah,
was no thumbs down. It was just the thumb sideways.
I have a feeling that Strahd doesn't want his fencing master to just get murked.
Haley triggered somewhere. Thumbs down, thumbs down.
Listen.
All right. So that was
If
a.
I had,
Go ahead.
I was going to say, if I had known that the lightning charge was gonna happen in a bit, I would definitely have wanted that to be like immediately afterwards an intimidation check for Linebeck, just so that way I can use one of the very few +5 checks that I have.
So you touch a metal pillar as like you're coming back, and roll me a d20.
Oh my! I'm gonna do this in D&D Beyond too. I should have learned my lesson earlier, but I haven't. Just a 10.
You touch it, and the metal pillar, uh, you feel a strange motion as you touch a pillar, and it disappears. And you look to your left, and it went flying.
Huh?
The more you know.
You suddenly feel a lot
Linebeck
less staticky.
Linebeck under his mask, like, what the fuck?
Farron suddenly very glad you didn't touch him.
Hey, look, if we're ever in a pinch, Linebeck in an empowered lightning stance can just touch Farian and he gains the fly.
Fly is a nice, it's like an interesting way to put it, considering you ripped a pillar out of the ground.
Hey, if it works, it works. If we need him to get across Barovia in an instant, I got him.
Oh my god.
So there's a man over there with a cigarette yelling, "Holy shit, it killed Kenny." All right. Let's say yeah, that's a good spot to end the session. What do you guys think?
Nice.
Liked it.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
can
it was
guarantee
good. Yeah, I'm just a little tired, a little out of it.
Oh, good.
Guarantee if Queen was here, she would have been like, "Why does he get combat?"
I mean, he did say that friends could join in if they wanted.
Yeah. I think it was good though that it was just Lineback. I think Lineback deserved a moment.
I will say
He
that like after
100%.
you stabbed him through the cheek, his cheek eventually basically immediately healed.
Mm.
So he wasn't
No,
really
I
in
didn't.
any danger of dying.
Yeah, I don't think at this level we're capable of killing anyone in the manor.
No.
Not unless
we
we
can
all
try.
gang up on them and just like get really good rolls. Especially considering the fact that for like 2 whole turns I couldn't do anything because D&D Beyond was like, "You're losing this, pal."
And then
Yeah.
of course it's like it's almost like it's from a fucking movie script. Is that you literally go for the ankles, Dwarven
I
style.
considered I considered not doing it because I was like, would Linebeck find that disrespectful in the middle of a fight to go after someone's ankles? And then especially when he's like considering like his middle name and like not very focusing on the fight. And then I was like, it's not a real fight. It's a spar. It'll be fine. He wants this over. He's out of everything. He has no extension past this point. All of his gas burned. So ending it as quick as possible would be
The Dwarven
preferable.
style. Go for the ankles. Oh man. That's fucking great.
Gnomes go for the ankles. Dwarves go for the knees.
Lord.
So you're telling me that football is a Dwarven sport?
Yes, without a doubt.
Checks out.
I
All right.
100% believe in the Forgotten Realms. Dwarves play football.
So what do we name the session?
We could either do Finding Family, something like that for Anastasia.
There's also Are You Not Entertained?
There's also that.
Or Go for the Ankles.
Go for the
God.
While I am tempted to have the title be centered around the arena, I do think that the Anastasia being the twins' aunt takes precedent for the title in a tier list of importance of what happened this episode.
I'm fine
Yeah,
either way.
but like your fight was a pretty high moment, I'll say.
Oh, I got all the things from Harvest.
Fingers make a heart.
I got out of that fight with nearly full health. Only 32 out of 40. I took 8 damage. And I still have 5 temporary HP.
I mean, he very deliberately wasn't trying to kill you.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah.
But
he
I
was
also had to go through
non-lethally beating the shit
everything.
out of you.
Basic.
All right. Well, thank you so much for listening. Have a wonderful day.